And once again, it's just taking too many buttons. All right, so um, just show you just real quick kind of how I did this. So what we're looking at is the financial sector. All right, and so what we have is our MVPs. These are the companies that showed up in the best performing portfolios over the last 12 months, 6, 9, 11, 12. And so Blackstone, top of the list, that's the sector MVP, HIG, second, RF's third, and then AMTD kind of at the end there. And then we have our average return. This is for the previous 12 months. Okay. And so just looking at this very quickly, we see that even though AMTD, has been MVP at least once, the average return is paltry compared to the rest of the sector. And again, we've seen that the financial sector is just really, rolling right now, which makes sense. I mean, come on. I mean, all the loans and, like I said, all the cash being thrown around. I mean, this is the time for the banks to do what banks do. And does that stop? I don't know. I don't think it does. The other thing, I just paid attention here. There's a there's zeros going across for AMTD, and I think I know why. There may be an issue with the actual ticker symbol. Uh, let's see what's going on here. If I can find it really quick here. Ah, that's what's going on. All right. So let's take a look. See what's going on, because what happens is, yeah, see, look at this. This is no longer valid. Uh, so what's happened is TD Ameritrade has a new ticker symbol. Well, that sucks. Let's see. Let me do this. Yeah, I had a ticker symbol change. All right. Well, I think we have to throw this one out. There's probably somebody watching this right now going, dude, don't you know? I don't know. How did this happen? Why is this happening? Okay. So when I Google it, I get AMTD, right? Okay. So if that's the case, it's just not recognizing it. Wow. I don't know why. It's gonna take me some time, obviously, to figure this out. Um, uh, no, that's not what we're looking for. It's crazy. Okay, let's do this. Yahoo Finance. I wasn't able to get a chart before. Okay, so Schwab completes acquisition. Okay, so when do we get a new ticker symbol? All right, so let's do this. Charles Schwab ticker symbol. Yeah, and this is, all right, here we go. SCHW. Now, of course, SCHW, this won't be investable for us, but I'm just curious. SCHW. Let's see here. And yeah, I mean, honestly, there's no reason for me to do this because even if I do have, um, because the last 12 months is going to run into before the acquisition, so never mind. All right, well, we have to take, AMTD out of our list. Um, and so what we're left with then is Blackstone. That's it. Blackstone or nothing else. Um, the other options that we have in the financial sector, we've seen HIG, um, RF, and talked about RF in last month's video. HIG don't have a lot of information on. Um, so let's look at those. HIG, RF, HIG, RF. And that's also, now that I think about it, that's also the reason why the return portfolio fell so far in performance because it has AMTD in there. AMTD isn't even performing at all. so so that's what's going on there. So glad that's happening at the end of the year. All this stuff will get switched up and changed next month. All right, so we got RF, BX, HIG. Um, BX, of course, has the larger dividend. That has been the case for quite some time in the financial sector. Big fat dividend. PE ratio much higher for Blackstone just because of the meteoric rise that they went on in the past year or more, honestly. Uh, let's see. HIG is way off of their 5-year high, closer to their 5-year low. and RF definitely closer to their 5-year high. Um, and the average is RF is closer to its average. VX, of course, is just way out there. And then we have HIG, which is come down quite a bit. So just looking at the PE ratios, what this says to me is that HIG has had a bit of a decline. RF seems to be about where they are usually, and VX, of course, is just skyrocketed in the near past. All right, so let's take a look. Whole bunch of cash on hand for RF. I'm sure that has a lot to do with the type of business that they're in. So we're not going to pay attention to that. Um, it can easily be the difference between, a banking center versus an investment company like VX. Share short, that may be something to look at, especially when it's different than the other two in the group, right? Share short, meaning that people are betting against this company. The alpha, we just saw that, and at least just recently, the market has done really well, and so companies that do well when the market's doing well have been doing better. And HIG has a negative alpha, where other these guys have positive. So that's something to look at. The up move and down move is about the same. HIG has a better beta, which is a bit surprising. And let's see, the return definitely better for RF, and we are following the return portfolio. So there's something to be said about that. Volatility doesn't move around much at all for HIG, which supports the high beta hypothesis there. Let's take a look. I want to pull out these scores just a bit, yeah. So, all right. So RF and BX, we're going to take a look at the performance of HIG, see what it has been. I am curious. Let's say Google Finance. Let me blow this up. What's going on today? There we go. Yeah, Hartford Insurance. I knew it'd be different. All right. So let's take a look at the year. And actually, there's something going on there. Let me take a look here. No, current price 66. So that's it. Um, yeah. So, all right. If the price has been moving up, but we have a PE that has come down, then what that means is that earnings have risen faster than the price. That's really good news, actually. It's really good news. Um, let's take a look at RF and see where that is over the course of a year. Steady increase, not a bad deal. If you pay attention to the overall return, you see that RF is at 100%, whereas HIG was at 50%. And I can imagine Blackstone is going to be probably close to 100% as well. Take a look here. Okay, a little off of 100, but over 50. So, I mean, that says something too, right? So we have HIG, which compared to the other guys in their PE ratio, has seen somewhat of a decline. And we see that it's actually underperformed Blackstone and RF. RF is the clear winner as far as just, overall outright performance. I am curious to go back just a little shorter range here. We got 40, 60, and 17. Let's take a look at HIG, just see what's been going on most recently. Seven. Oh yeah, look at that. There's a huge jump there. That's March, huge jump. And of course it's come down a little bit, which happens after such a huge jump like that. All right, take a look at regions. Okay. Yeah, I mean, regions definitely has them beat for sure. There's no question about that. Um, and we can't really use this information here. Um, the only way to get any more information out of this is do a comparison with their peers. All these guys are in completely different industries. Blackstone is investment, Hartford is insurance, and Regions is a bank. Um, but with that being said, um, we do have a history with Blackstone. The dividend is better. RF seems to be the better performer. Look again. Um, yeah, I mean, almost by about 2%. Um, and it's, decent MVP candidate. Um, I will even go so far to say that if AMTD is taken out of the basket, which it will be out the basket, RF is going to be the replacement. And I say that simply because on last month, RF, I believe, was the replacement actually. So um, there's something to be said about that as well. I do want to go back to what was it? That I was really comparing. Uh, yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. So yeah, and that's another thing too. So, we're following the return portfolio, and if we're going strictly on that, then RF wins out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some homework just to make sure there's nothing um, going on that we'll need to be concerned about with RF. This is a bank, and banks right now are kind of, winning the day because, like I said, we've got all these loans and stuff that's been going out, so much cash being thrown around. This is where banks make their money. Interest rates are moving, and so all that bodes well for banks. Does that come crashing down? I don't see it anytime soon. I can't imagine. There will have to be. I mean, listen, you never know, right? But what catalyst, what near-term catalyst can we foresee that will cause news stories like, you know, no one is paying their credit card bills. People are not, paying their mortgages, right? I don't see that. I don't see that happening. We're definitely coming out of the pandemic. Um, I think of course there's concerns and stories from other parts of the world, um, and we'll just have to kind of wait and see how that goes. Um, but um, it's got to get way worse before it gets bad, right? So I think the macro climate is okay, but I do want to do my homework on this Regions Bank before I pull the trigger on it. But as of right now, I'm saying Regions Bank. And the other really cool part about this is that uh, with a current price at 22, we can really make some money on some options too. So that'll be kind of cool. Matter of fact, let's take a quick look at what that looks like. Um, I don't know how quickly I'll be able to do this. Let's see. I don't think so. Let's see. Options. Options. If I can find, because I'm definitely not going to log in and do any of that stuff. So let's see. Um, no, it's giving me a summary, but I don't have the options. I can do another video concerning the options if I let's see here, options prices. Oh, there we go. Perfect. All right. I am curious. All right. So, um, we'll go with an expiration. I like to do this before the next. So it had to be May 21, which is fine. It's a little short, but all right. And if we want to sell a call, there's no way. All right. So what does the gonna let me scroll over? Let's see. Okay, there we go. All right. Yeah. See, I didn't think so. So we could sell a put at $50, and we'll be in at 22, and the price is basically 22 now. So, eh, not a great deal. And then the premium drops off really quick. I mean, from $50 down to $15. I mean, it's not even worth it at $15. Really isn't. The $50, not a horrible deal. Um, Especially if we can pick up a few. So what we'll do now though is because like I said, the 21st of May is coming up pretty quick. If we went out to June, that's a little better. So we're getting about $100 um, at 22. Um, but do I really want to, hold this position for basically a month and a half? You know, um, I don't know. We'll look at it, but like I said, either way, I definitely want to do my homework on it, and I'll get back to you.